All right, cool. Looks like they have a table.
All right. Would you like to do the honors of introducing the match?
Sure. So this is Nocturne Mix, which had a very interesting structure where it had a pool stage where you played a number of people, but it wasn't a round robin. You just kind of played random people, and then best records moved on. So this is the first round in the single elimination bracket. 16 people made it in. Alibby, very strong player, was expected to make it in. I don't know much about LuciferousPeridot. Um, they did really well in the qualifications, but I actually don't know them.
Um, I'm pretty sure they've been around in the league for a bit. I could probably check that. Where's Dom Bot when you need him?
So we have a pretty interesting board here. We have both Travelers, we have Tournament, we have Sculptor. Only trashing is Monastery.
All right. I apologize. I have a little background noise with some motorcycles, so I do apologize for that.
No worries. So I'm not sure what the open here is. Looks like Luciferous goes with a page. So maybe page tournament?
Um, my guess is peasant. Well, I would think peasant tournament personally. Maybe page tournament's fine too. I think you want to play with both peasant and page here, but I believe the it's a little rough, right? Because there's not like great token targets. Because you don't really want to mass tournaments too much.
Yeah.
I mean, Sculptor's probably a fine token target.
I think you want Disciple more than you want Teacher here by a lot.
Um, yeah, Disciple's definitely solid. I think like I'm looking at stuff like Sculptor, Cursed Village as a way to do a little bit. You want to thin down with Monastery. You can probably play with Leprechaun at some point in this deck. Yeah, I suppose.
Uh,
Probably what you would do is you sculpt for Leprechaun on an opportune moment to get the gold in the wish. Would be my guess.
Makes sense. It's also going to be interesting to see whether we get Champion online before Followers possibly comes into play.
So the thing is, doing the page peasant line is a lot slower to spiking prizes. So
Mm-hmm.
by pushing the traveler lines, you are delaying the potential for like a followers type card. I think that's probably fine on this board. I don't think. I'm not sure followers is that good here. It's obviously still good, but I think it's a little less stellar than usual. I'm actually really tempted by Princess because Princess does let you do a lot of stuff with Sculptor.
Mm-hmm.
So once you have Princess, you can sculpt for more sculptors or for cursed villages, which is or even like fairgrounds or something like that, which is possibly a pretty nice benefit.
Yeah, so we did see a Libby opened with both of the Travelers, one of each.
Um, that's I really don't think the page line is that important to get going early. Is kind of the big thing I'm thinking about right now. But maybe it's fine. I think hitting 5 is pretty important because I think getting an early sculptor will definitely help you out quite a bit, especially because sculptor also helps with the traveler lines. Right? If you can stockpile like just like one villager
A
or something,
villager too,
yeah,
yeah.
um, you can do some mid-turn page peasant gains, or even like mid or like sculptor gain monastery is also a pretty solid play, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Luciferous Peridot opts for a golem, which is
Interesting.
I kind
It
of like
will
it
help
actually.
him get through the Traveler line faster.
Yeah, I like the golem actually. I think sculpting for potion to pick up golem there was a pretty good play.
Yeah, he gets a peasant tossed by warrior.
That's a little sad. Is that what oh, sorry, they're playing pretty fast. I'm not tracking where they are on their lines. I know Luciferus here has the hero. I don't know where they are on the peasant line. I think.
Let me see. I think they are on Soldier.
Okay.
Luciferous picks up a second golem.
Yeah, it seems reasonable to me. Luciferous is actually really close to a province in this current hand. Hearing for an idol over a gold makes sense to me. I think, well, it's a little close. Idol versus gold is a little close here. Like, the attack is probably not going to be relevant. It's just a matter if you'd rather have a coin or a boon.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually not always sure which of those two is better. It seems pretty close. So Luciferous does get the champion down,
Yeah.
which is nice.
So that will ease his terminal worries and also protect against idol and followers.
Yeah, I'm very tempted by just taking a province here as Luciferous. Like, very, very tempted. You have to sculpt for a silver, basically, but I think, what, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He could also get a leprechaun. He could get a leprechaun play right now as well, which is also really tempting to me. I don't think I would have sculpted
Interesting.
for...
Those are a tournament.
I think I would have sculpted for, like, maybe a peasant, actually, instead, because a peasant was still enough to hit, enough to province.
Okay,
But
we get a
this...
trash. Trash is 2 tournaments that
Oh,
warrior.
wow.
And tosses a page as well.
Yeah, I feel like Luciferous is just significantly far ahead right now.
Yeah, agreed.
So getting your champion in play on turn 10 is definitely really solid on a board like this with fairly slow trashing.
Yeah, that's very fast. So Alibi has been demanding for tournaments for the past several turns.
I don't know if I like that very much. The sculptor is a really, really, really good card here, right?
Yep. Especially once you get champion online.
So I would take another sculptor right now as Luciferous. I think. A lot of I don't see any problem with having a bunch of sculptors in this board.
Yeah, especially if you have golems.
And you'll be able to token them sooner or later too. So you guys you can token the golem too. So you can throw a maybe a plus card. Probably nothing that actually it's probably not that important to token golem. I think it's probably low priority. Tokening like sculptor or tournament is probably higher priority.
Yeah, I mean, I think Alibi really wants to put a token on tournament with how aggressively he's been taking them.
Well, Alien's not even close to tokens though, so
I know. Alright, there's a province back.
oh, Alibi draws province right here. Won't be able to activate it because there's no tournament there, but will block this tournament from Luciferous.
Yep. So can Gaiden play a Leprechaun again? If you want to wish.
I mean, Leprechaun seems well. It's not super incredible here, and it's also a little awkward with once you have Leprechaun, once you have Golems kind of hitting it. So I don't know. I'm also not.
I wonder if order-wise you should have played the Soldier before the tournament.
Yes, I don't think there's any reason to play tournament before Soldier there. I mean, it's unlikely to matter either way, but I don't think it's a huge deal.
Okay,
does take the Leprechaun.
go with the Leprechaun.
I think that's fine. I have no issues with that. I want
like it.
I want a second Sculptor here, though. I think Sculptor is just way too good here to only have one. Fairgrounds seems really early to me. Like really, really early to me.
Fairground certainly will be a decent source of alt VP, but I don't understand why you'd buy one now.
It's way too early, and I really don't like that Leprechaun buy from Alibby. I think you just want to sculpt for them.
Yeah.
It's really hard to line up, activation on Leprechaun without just like sculpting for it. So.
Mm-hmm. All right. Finds his wish.
Does not find a province.
Does not find a province. So here, do you just wish for peasant?
The plus buy sounds really nice. Yeah, I think you do wish for peasant. I mean, I can't imagine not wanting a plus buy right now. Yeah, there we go. Play your idol first.
Yeah.
Idol first.
Idol first.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, the greenie is probably fine given how far ahead he is, but I think it's really not necessary.
I think it's underplaying a bit.
You can build a lot bigger here.
Yep. So Luciferous does get a disciple.
Oh, and you get a bad boon there with Wind's Gift.
Right, so Libby takes their second province.
It's fine. What's the last card? Because if it's you can try to activate this Leprechaun if that's an action card. That's the last card. But I'm certainly not going to sit here and count.
Yeah, me neither. Hey, it's a page. It works out.
It was a copper. He sculpted the page. No, he needed it to be an action card to play this Leprechaun. So it did not work out. More sculptors. Sculptors so good.
Sculptor is a great card, especially if you can get Princess.
Although Luciferous is not playing for prizes. That's only sad when your tournament draws the province.
Yeah. I mean, neither of them have taken a prize yet.
Well, Alibby gets a prize this turn. Turn 15 prize is really slow, though.
Yep.
Why no CVs? They haven't played in the manner you'd want to play if you're getting a CV. They're playing with like Golem Draw and other things, which doesn't really care about CV too much. Alright, Luciferous will also get a prize. As Alibby, I think you
presume it's tough between Steed and Princess. I think I want Princess, but it's not doing much for you on this turn.
I think I want Princess just because it's the overall better card on this board, but like, it's a lot better for Luciferous than Alibby, I think. Which is a little awkward for Alibby.
Yeah.
Does take the Princess. Does not get to play it, though, this turn. Plays the tournament unnecessarily.
Yeah, not sure what the point of that is. Yeah. Just make your opponent have to click another time.
Well,
although now there's autoplay.
Yeah, it's to remind them to turn on their autoplay features. I mean, it just has to be Steed, right? Like, what else would you take other than Steed?
Yeah.
I guess followers does give you a point.
Certainly, Diadem does make a cool combo, where it can often be worth a lot, but
you don't have the buys here to really make use of Diadem.
Yep. And again, one short of getting a Leprechaun up.
This is he green too early, right? If this Fairgrounds is anything else, right? That's an easy activation. Ooh, gets the Disciple Golem.
Yeah, that's real spicy.
That's very good. And Ellie does not get to play this Leprechaun, so that's kind of the expected result when you just buy Leprechaun on a board like this with a deck like his. I think there's only been one Lep play, right? Yeah, there's only been one Leprechaun play.
Yeah, Luciferous has drawn it twice with only 5 action cards in play.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it's kind of his own fault for reading so early.
Yep.
That forest boon there does allow Alibi to take a province, which I guess you do. I don't know. I believe his deck is pretty terrible, actually.
Okay, Lex for Fairgrounds Curse Village.
Greed is
And still
pretty
has another buy.
rough. I guess Peasant's fine. I think the Sculptor's just so good. I don't know why you don't want Sculptor. Only one Sculptor on here seems like a travesty to me.
Agreed.
I mean, you just disciple this Golem. I don't think there's any question about it. Taking Diadem there is fine. I'm tempted by Followers actually though. Well, I don't know. It's a lot
for the estate game.
Yeah. Like piles are fairly low, and I think you can push piles. And a few extra points here and there. Plus it draws, right? I think the +2 cards is fine to have.
Yeah. I mean, Diadem is basically unlimited economy here, but you're pretty buy limited.
Quite buy limited.
Sculpt another peasant.
I would assume you just sculpt peasants. Pretty aggressive. I would have wanted peasants earlier too, though, just because Disciple's really good. So his deck is finally doing the things it should have been doing, I think, a while ago. This Cursed Village is hilarious.
It's pretty sad, Cursed Village.
It's not even Necropolis. Well, I guess it's.
Gained 7 silvers.
Whoa! I mean, that's not terrible. If he triple provinces here, what does Elebi do?
Yeah, it's still in a good position, but I don't think I would have played that treasure hunt.
He could have trashed 2 silvers and a gold or something too, right? He didn't have to play all these treasures. He could have trashed some of them.
Yeah.
To sort of counteract it a little bit. Teacher there seems like you would never ever get any value out of it.
Right. I mean, this game's almost over. I don't know why you'd want a teacher. That's gonna take. You have to put it down, then you gotta call it. You don't even have great targets for it.
Yeah. There's no way you want teacher there.
I just want Disciple in my deck.
It's unlikely to matter either way, because he's just gonna win before. Well, he might just win right here, so we'll see. He does not.
Not looking like it.
Nope. Just take I don't know, whatever. Silver? I guess silver is fine. I mean, you're just looking to get one province, right? So, silver is the best bet to get province.
Yeah.
Alright, this might be a win.
Very likely it is.
Don't do that.
Oh, no.
Right,
don't discard. Fine. Now it's not a win.
Well, whatever. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
Yeah, I mean, you're way ahead, but that was very likely a win if you didn't reveal.
In fact, it was, given these 5 cards right here.
Mm-hmm.
Any of those draws would have won.
Yep.
But again, when you have that many point lead, it doesn't really matter what you do at this point. He can just do whatever he feels like. Let's see if Alibi trashes this Leprechaun. Nope. No buyer's remorse there.
Okay, this is a win.
Yep, won't get blocked, so he can go ahead and do that. We almost.
And he never has to see all the silvers that the treasure hunter gained.
Mm-hmm. I mean that was fine. I mean, if you're gonna triple province, I think the silvers are fine, right? Because if you have a billion silvers in your deck, you're not gonna miss province. So I don't have any problem with taking all the silvers.
Yeah, I mean, you're in such a one position at that point. 27 differently named cards.
10-point Fairgrounds. That's exciting. I guess.
Wow. 2 different travelers, plus a bunch of prizes. Yeah, that's the highest I've seen it outside of Black Market.
Yeah, it's one of the highest I've seen for sure. Alright, we're just gonna go ahead and update the score. It is first, I believe it's first to 3 wins in this tournament, so.
I do not know what the format is, so I trust you.
Okay, well, yeah, I was in the round of 16. I got knocked out by Crabcat the other day, so.
Okay.
My Nocturne Mix career is over.
I gotta say, this is not one of my favorite mixes. there's a lot of I don't want to say lucky stuff here, but there's a lot of things that you snowball. Maybe is a better way
I
to
would say
put
there's a
it.
lot. Yeah, there's a good bit of swinginess to a number of the cards in this mix, and a number of the interactions in this mix. I would say. There's also weird stuff. Like there's a lot of heirlooms, obviously, in Nocturne Mix, and heirlooms can do with like a lot of heirlooms. They can do a lot of weird stuff with opening splits, for instance, and so you find a lot
Hmm.
more lopsided opening splits than normal, and that can definitely snowball pretty fast as well.
Yeah, I
Um,
played a triple heirloom game against I don't even remember who it was, but it was in the pool stage, and they popped lamp on turn 3,
mm-hmm.
bought a treasure, and then popped lamp again on turn 4.
Yeah. So like that can happen.
And it was
Uh,
just like, well, guess I lost.
so Luciferous opens Vampire, which is looks quite good to me. So the 5/2 I think is significantly better. What's on this druid again?
So Alibby
It's
opens
okay.
humble.
Well, he opened Shepherd Humble, which I think is fine.
Yeah, Shepard does like castles.
Yeah, I don't. I would still much rather have the Vampire open though.
Agreed.
So this board, I mean, drawing is probably going to be primarily through heralds and not shepherds, although maybe some combination of the two is fine. It
I mean,
would
they
be.
kind of push in opposite directions, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
Harold wants good action density, Shepard wants green density.
Yeah. The only thing I'm seeing that it's a little awkward because if you want to do extra gains on this board, it's pretty grave robber heavy. Um, and possibly leprechauns. Mm, yeah, it's very like the draw here is a little awkward. I assume you play with grave robber here. Um, the only annoying thing is if you're gonna grave robber like 5 costs, your options are your other grave robbers or cursed villages, and you don't want to keep gaining cursed villages over and over again because you keep being hexed, which is really annoying.
Yeah, you
Um,
get a hex every time they come back from the trash.
yeah. So you, so that's pretty annoying. Okay, they're both going heavy on the castles, which I don't love. I don't think. I don't know. I don't really like the castles here. I think what I would want to do on this board is probably like spike a populate.
Hmm. So interestingly, War hits a Shepherd there.
Oops.
Um,
Uh,
so War hits a Shepherd, and then he uses the Vamp to just gain another Shepherd. So pretty neutral Vampire.
um, yeah. I think so. Alibi is. Hold on. What's the bats? How many bats are in the supply? 10. Okay, so there's only 2.
Yeah,
I would expect to play with more vamps here than they are.
yeah. I mean, it's the best trashing on the board, and it is good. Like it's gains.
Yeah, the lack of vampires is a little. I mean, it's only turn 6, so it's not exactly late in the game. But I would expect to try to push them a little harder.
Okay, so Luciferus does pick up fools, so they're not just gonna let Alibi have Lost in the Woods for the whole game.
I mean, fine, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't excite me.
I really do think, especially given like the, yeah, I really do think populate is probably worth like trying to spike on this board.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would
Uh,
gladly take one of everything.
Opulent Castle is also really great for a Shepherd deck because
It
you can
really is,
just
yeah.
keep overdrawing green and then turn all that overdraw into money.
The problem with Alibi's deck though is that the green density is still not very high.
Yep.
So I think he needs like a state here probably. Maybe I don't know. Maybe a duchy. I think he has too many. He hasn't thinned it hardly at all. Or has Alibi trashed anything at all? No. Alibi has trashed no cards. Which is really awkward when you're getting a bunch of silvers off of lucky coins and trying to play a shepherd deck.
Yep.
So the build order here is really not inspiring me. And if I was Luciferous opening with Vampire, I probably wouldn't even bother with Shepherds, right? I would just go into the Herald stacks. Because you're
Yeah.
going to get thinner faster, you're going to get action density from your Vampire gains. Um, but they're both playing like Shepherd castles, and I'm just not inspired by it.
Yeah, I mean, I think uh, Lucky Coin pushes towards a more money-heavy build. Shepard obviously pushes towards a green-heavy build, and Herald wants more actions. So there's a couple different things that are sort of pulling you in opposite directions on this board.
Yes, but the winner here, I believe, is actions because like Herald draws probably better than Shepherd will eventually draw better, but in the short term, Herald's gonna be better for you. Plus, there's a lot of awkwardness getting Shepherd up and running on this board, and then you have Grave Robber for extra gains from the action deck, which is I think what is tipping me over towards like a Herald stack kind of build.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Herald build's probably stronger.
I mean, it's turn 10. Their decks don't like do anything, right? Like, what are their decks doing every turn? They're hitting like 3 coins, right? It's turn 10.
Yeah.
They haven't trashed. Their decks are just hitting low price points.
They're having ghost towns, which doesn't inspire me particularly.
Ghost Town's decent with Shepherd because start of turn draw can definitely help you line up Shepherds and green cards a little bit better and give you a little more consistency. Um, so I don't mind a handful of Ghost Towns in the Shepherd deck, but I would probably put like a couple Ghost Towns in any deck on this board. I think. Um, it's a great question. I think did he bottom deck his? Hold on, let me just double check. Turn 3, turn 4. Yeah, he bottom decked his Vampire. Um, wait, no, he didn't. Wait, hold on. Turn 3, Luciferous doesn't play a Vampire. Turn 4, he uses Wind's Gift. Wait, hold on. Oh,
Wait a second.
because he got the extra silver, right? So he had 13 cards, right? So he saw 12 of his 13 cards. So Vampire was the 13th card.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really rough. Yeah, that's really rough. I was very confused. I was like, he wins gift. He can't have missed his Vampire, but no, he had a silver from
Lucky Coin.
Yeah.
All right. So this could potentially be a populate.
Is it too late to populate?
Well, you do get the opulent castle.
That's true. You actually do. That's quite good, actually. Then.
Actually, wait. Do you?
Yeah. Wait, hold on. That's
It
actually a good
says from
question.
each action supply pile. Castle
You're right.
isn't an action
Yeah.
pile.
Action,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, castles is not an action pile. Never
Even
mind.
though there's an action sitting on top. Same idea.
But populate would gain the plunder.
Yep.
I don't know if Alibi knows this or not.
What a good sport. That's the kind of sportsmanship we like to see.
I don't know. I want cutthroat. I want you to deny every undo and ask for every undo that you want to make. Haunting is pretty annoying of a hex here, I think. Just in general, Haunting's one of the worst hexes.
Yeah, mini ghost ship attack.
I think Greed might be the overall worst hex.
Yeah, I mean, it's effectively like putting a -1 token on you.
Well, it junks you and gives you, like, a -1 token, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the one that top decks 2 coppers is sometimes annoying, depending on the
Yeah,
board.
bad omens if you don't have a good way to trash coppers, or it can toss your traveler or something like that. It can be pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
I personally think the worst are locusts, and just because of how swingy it can be, and like diluted or envious, because all of those can completely kill a turn.
So yeah, like or they can, like the problem with those is that they can completely kill a turn or they can do nothing, right?
Right. Yeah.
Um, and so it's really there's a really high variance on those hexes. But like things like plague or greed are basically always bad. Plague is sometimes nothing, but usually it hurts. But certainly like envious and diluted can just ruin you.
Speaking of,
Um, yeah. Speaking of, yeah, these decks are just really. I'm gonna say really bad. I think both these decks are just really bad. They're not doing. They don't do anything.
yeah, I'm not sure they have a real game plan here.
I would probably back the silver here, right? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I would. The Herald stack at 10 here, I think, is the real issue.
Yeah, I mean, Shepherd is good draw, but Herald's just better draw. And with a vampire opening, you can get thin very quickly.
Yes. Well, Shepherd really also does want you to get thin, right? Like coppers are really really rough in a Shepherd deck, right?
Yeah.
And there's no fat. Like the trashing here is slow. It's really slow. Um, and you'd probably still take a Shepherd if it was your only draw, and you didn't really have good copper trashing. But you prefer to look elsewhere if you can. All right. Well, Alibi's getting something. He's stringing something together here.
Yep. Starting to have a turn.
He
I
is
uh I
okay.
like the order too of Windscape into Shepherd.
Uh huh.
But yeah, he just has so many Shepherds and just not enough green cards for them to hit.
I'm not sure why he hasn't picked up more. I mean, if he gets Sprawling Castle here, it's really, really good, right? Like, you take a Sprawling Castle and 3 estates. That's kind of
Yeah, it's
insane, right?
worth a ton of points.
Yeah. Alright, he does hit it, so that's really good. Um, and I'd probably trash. Oh, no, you can't trash a silver. Well, can you? You could trash a silver.
Okay, gains back the Shepherd that war hit earlier.
That's fine. I'm tempted to play this Druid for Forest and then trash 1 silver and buy Sprawling. But maybe at this point, silver is fine. I don't think. I think I still want to trash it. Well, I know River's Gift is also pretty good. Again, start turn draw is always going to be solid for a Shepherd deck.
Mm-hmm.
But he does go with the trash a silver line, which I think is uh, solid.
Yeah.
It's got to be 3 estates, right? You're not taking a duchy.
Oh yeah. No, definitely. I mean, it's both worth more points, and you want 3 estates in your deck for Shepherd.
Yeah, that's one of the easiest sprawling classes I've ever seen. All right, well these decks are starting to finally do a little something. It only took 14 turns.
Yeah, this Grave Robber here is pretty sad.
Uh,
Is there even anything in the trash for him to gain? Nope.
no, I don't. The decks as they've constructed, I don't think want Grave Robber. At least not yet. Because it doesn't really do a whole lot until you're like drawing reasonably well, or you have good action density, and these decks don't have either.
Mm-hmm. So surely you just discard the Fool here.
Well, what's the last boon? Um, I mean, I'm not going to track what the last boon is, but depending on what the last boon is, you may or may not want to actually discard. For a,
Looks like Libby decides not to, so perhaps they're tracking boons. Alright, so you can grave rob this Fool if you want.
I probably would. I mean, you can gain it back if you want to play it again.
Yeah.
But like you have to get through 26 more cards before you can play a Fool again. So like whatever, just kill it. Like you're not gonna have loss if Luciferous takes Lost in the Woods, you're not gonna get back anytime soon, regardless. So yeah, I agree with that. I think I just want like an estate here. Do I just want a
I
estate?
think so too. Yeah.
He takes nothing over an
Nothing.
estate? Why would you not take an estate? You have like 1,000 shepherds.
You have so many shepherds.
You wouldn't take a free estate in this deck? That's kind of weird to me.
You don't even have to take the silver with it.
Yeah. That's very, very weird to me. Luciferous does have a decision to make here, but I guess Fool is probably what you want to play first.
Yeah, see what boons you got.
Yeah, I think I'm okay with not playing Small Castle there.
Yeah, I get wanting to save it to get King's Castle.
RTT, I've been asking myself the same
Right.
thing for a while.
They just don't seem to like Herald. I think it's a pretty good card.
This seems like a pretty clear Herald stack kind of board to me, but they disagree, so what are you gonna do? I mean, you know, it's turn 16 and they've almost taken the castle pile.
Yeah, both their decks seem to be stalling out a bit.
It's weird to stall out in a Shepherd deck if you're greening.
Yeah. What do you take here? Like 2 estates? Ghost Town? Druid?
Take some estates, please. You have he has like doesn't he have six?
There's Bad Omens.
Six. I think Alibby has 6 shepherds, right? And he's just not taking estates, which is crazy to me.
So there's Bad Omens, so this makes the shepherd pretty sad.
Yeah, Bad Omen is hurts quite a bit there, I think. I don't think I like that. I don't want to put because that puts 2 coppers into the shuffle. I think I would have played the shepherd first and then just played Windskip to trigger the shuffle. I don't want 2 copper in that shuffle. And the upside, I mean, there is some upside of trying to find like more green cards.
More green cards, yeah.
But I think it's pretty low probability. All right, this looks like a good turn for Alibby. Yeah, this is coming together well. If only some of these druids were estates.
Okay, but they still can keep drawing.
It's really weird to pick up like 1,000 silvers in a shepherd deck.
Yeah, they're pretty awkward. I mean, I think if I'm playing the shepherd deck here, I'm trying to play Lucky Coin as little as possible.
Yeah, and also buying more estates.
That too.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not convinced by either their play on this particular board. I don't think it's I think this is a really hard board to play. To be fair, there's a lot of nuance in trying to figure out what the heck you're trying to even do here. But yeah, I suppose you play the druid. I don't think you care about the fool. Like I'm not super concerned with getting a fool right now. And a 3rd buy sounds pretty good if you want to pick up. Well, hold on. He has 3. He has 9, so you could take just Grand Castle here. But then he can't trash with Bat if he does that. Well, you can trash like a druid or something with bat to do that.
Force gift once,
It's
and
not enough though.
then yeah, you end up having to trash a druid or something.
He could also just knock a Grand Castle. He could take like a couple of states and something. Grand Castle's not worth that many points right now. It's only worth the 5 points. Like
Yeah, you'd really like to be able to use Shepherd to draw into a bunch of green and then buy Grand Castle.
I mean, I don't think I would try to line that up because if you wait a turn, LuciferousPeridot could definitely just snipe it from you. And 5 points is still, like I said, 6 points because he has the humble. So you know, it's a province for 9, which isn't super exciting, but whatever. I mean, I'm probably looking at. I mean, I might also just like play the Grave Robber to kill a druid and turn it into a duchy, maybe.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, it would be definitely going into a bit of a think here.
there,
Seems reasonable. There's a couple different lines from here that all seem relatively good.
yeah, there's a lot of lines here. I don't know. From this position, I think he wants just like because he has a lot of shepherds. I think he just wants to load up on green cards more than he has. Um, he has way too many silvers in his deck and druids. Too many druids. You don't need like this many druids, right? If a couple of these druids were states, he's playing a much more exciting turn.
Yeah, I don't. I really wish those druids were estates.
I would probably bat one of these druids. I think I'd prefer the vampire over um, a druid.
I agree. Looks like that's what they decide to do.
And it's going to be a really good turn for Alibby, it looks like. So Alibby has 7 shepherds, I believe? Not 6. I thought he had 6, but I saw 6 that turn, and there's a 7th right here. So I must have miscounted the split. So I guess this small castle has to be a king's castle, right? Oh, and oh,
Yeah.
you're right. He can gain the small castle back. Good call.
Yep.
Good call. It does go on top of your
Just grab
deck,
it.
which is maybe bad, but it's probably fine.
I mean, you have to take it here. There's no way you can let your opponent grab that king's castle.
Oh no. This is like very clearly like you're taking a free king's castle. Oh no, what are you doing? Oh no. Oh no. What?
Oh no. This is a nightmare.
That seems to be so much worse. Well, because now Alibi can pick up the small castle and the king's castle. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a nightmare of a decision, I think. Um, Alibi does have. Is this win in hand yet? Not quite. He needs his druids, but it's really close to win in hand. He needs 1 druid, and that's all he needs. 1 druid wins it. There it is. That's game. Win in hand.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
That
Bit
was.
of a throw by Luciferous.
I don't think it's been. I mean, I think he was losing regardless. And in fact, I think even without the small castle, Alibi might have had a win here, right? Alibi might have just won even without the small castle, but it definitely made it easier. So it looks like player 1 is 2-0 here.
Yep. And a Libby did indeed have 7 shepherds.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shepherds.
Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna play a shepherd deck, like you want shepherds.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not convinced by the shepherd build either. I think the herald stack is probably winning.
Well,
but
18
castles do like shepherd, so
I think even if you wanted castles, like the Herald stack probably does it better. I mean, you'd probably do start off with Heralds, then you could backdoor into Shepherds if you really wanted to for some like extra draw once you start greening. But
Mhm.
like that was 18 turns. That's a lot of turns on that board.
Yeah,
It's a very long game for that kingdom, I think.
yeah, and so we have a triple heirloom board now.
Um, so when do we activate our lamp? Turn 3, turn 4. I think I like
uh,
Oh, there's some options for opens here, huh?
oh yeah,
So
Puka makes this way more confusing.
so Alibby gets the 3-6 open, which is not great. Lucifer gets the better 4-5 open. Um, I'm not sure I actually want. I don't know. It's interesting. I mean, the split might not actually make a difference, but Lucifer just has more options than Alibby for the open.
Hmm.
But they might end up just doing the same thing regardless.
Yeah, they might both end up doing something like Puka Pixie.
Puka Pixie's fine. I assume Puka is good enough here to open with. Or with a curse. I assume Puka's worth a curse on the open here.
Yeah, I mean you have goat, so you're not like incredibly concerned about taking one curse. I definitely don't want to take a bunch of them, but
I mean, you have
I
other.
think Puka.
Yeah. There's other options as well. Like you don't have to. You could open like Pixie, um, like Pixie Silver. You could open Pixie like Gladiator or Pixie Marauder or something like that as well if you really wanted to.
Hmm.
Gold? Oh no, that seems terrible.
Opens gold.
No, that seems
I
terrible to me.
mean, I
Oh,
encampment is on the board, but
Luciferus with the Nightmare Draw.
ooh,
Oh,
that
that's the
is
Nightmare Draw
really
right there.
unfortunate.
That is the Nightmare Draw. Um, I mean, you obviously don't play Puka here.
What? No, don't trash that
I mean,
lamp.
it's Yume, so he could just like play it just to
Oh,
just to
just for
just to
fun.
signal his bad luck.
Just show off.
Yeah, just not really show. I mean, it's like a what's the negative? What's a negative show off?
I don't know.
Swampscape just seems pretty solid to me. Yeah. Wait, why are we playing this Cursed Gold? Playing the Cursed Gold seems really, really bad to me. I don't understand.
Yeah, like what price point are you trying to hit?
Oh,
And
yeah,
if
no, no, no. Okay, if he doesn't pop the Pixie, then he can. Yes, okay.
yeah,
I agree. Popping Lamp here is worth a gold, or sorry,
yeah,
worth a curse.
and worth not getting wisps.
Also worth not trashing the copper. So there's a
In
lot.
general, just popping lamp is really good, especially if you can do it on turn 3.
Sure. So basically, this lamp costs him 2 junk cards, but you're popping turn 3. So it costs him 2 junk cards and the lack of 2 wisps, which is a really high cost, but
Yeah,
it is that good.
interesting.
Really?
RTT says he prefers not popping.
Um, I did think about it maybe some more. 2 wisps and all right. Well, okay. Trashing cards allowed. Yeah, yeah, yeah. One, two, three,
Okay,
four,
this
five. All
should
right,
be a
this
lamp
is a
pop.
pop, and he doesn't have to not trash
Miss out on
a
a goat
card.
trash, yep.
So he has a turn 5 pop. Um, I mean, I guess you're playing with like courtiers and cursed villages as your 5s. Maybe you can probably throw some giants. Well, I don't know. Encampment draw is also good, and that doesn't. Uh, is what are our types here? I think every 2 type is the biggest, right? Oh no, Marauder's a 3 type.
Uh,
Marauder is a 3 type.
Marauder's a triple type.
Um, the Marauder attack could be not terrible. I think trashing is. Well, trashing's not terrible here. I think you can probably just ignore the Marauder attack. But if you want a triple type, like it's there. but I don't know if Marauder's worth picking up just to be a triple type. It might be, but probably not. RGT does raise some valid points here about holding off on popping. Because there's a lot of upside.
Okay, so Lucifer starts going in on the encampments.
How many types
I
does
mean,
Curse Gold
encampment's
have?
really good, so makes sense to me.
I mean, I don't necessarily think you have to get all the encampments here. It's probably fine. But there's other ways to draw, which also exist here. We've taken 5 curses total so far, which is definitely a lot of curses.
Yeah.
I kind of want to wish for maybe Cursed Village here.
Well, maybe. I mean, you do have Goat for your Cordier activation, but...
Well, yeah, but it's mostly the draw this turn. Like, I don't... What do
yeah.
you... I don't want to... I want to draw this turn. And that's... I mean, the other way is you wish for, like... I mean, I'm not killing my goat, right? There's no way you're killing your goat.
Yeah. So I think, yeah, you have to wish for Curse Village.
That's
Oh,
really
Plague
bad.
hurts.
Plague's really bad there. Not the best time to draw encampment, but I would still play it. He has a decent chance of not whiffing here, but stopping your turn also seems pretty bad here, so I'd play it. I mean, I don't think it's super critical to hold on to all of the encampments on this board.
Well, Luciferous does like to stop and just trashes a curse and buys a pixie.
The pixie's fine. I like the pixie buy, but I would have preferred to play on. Yeah, so these pukas are not finding all that much. I mean, I probably still puka that. I don't know. I'm not sure I puka this gold as alibi or not. I think I do. I think it's probably worth it.
Tricky. Yep, they like to.
Didn't actually draw that well there, though. I might wish for another puka. Yeah. Well, no, there's no actions. Maybe you wish for...
I mean, I kind of want to wish for a Cursed Village just so I can activate my Cordier.
I kind of want to wish for a monastery, to be honest.
Ooh, yeah, that is actually a good idea. Okay, Famine off Cursed Village, which is pretty benign.
Not a problem, yeah. I mean, you can also just wish for Puka here. That's probably reasonable as well. Or maybe wish from their Courtier. Wish for Courtier only draws you 1 card, though. Puka draws you 4 and trashes a copper. Takes the Courtier, though, which is, I guess, fine.
I really like, now that I'm thinking on it, wishing for Monastery, because you gained a bunch of cards this turn.
Oh, you're going to get, like, there's, like, 4 trashes in there to get with that Monastery. And his deck needs some more trashing. It's really junky.
Yeah. So it just goes ahead and buys the Monastery. And gets Cursed Gold trashed by War, so that's kind of friendly. I mean, curses are getting pretty low, but...
it's fine, though.
I don't particularly want Cursed Gold in my deck in the first place, so it's kind of a friendly war.
Alright. Again, Alibi, I would probably play those... Like, they're holding up these encampments for dear life. I don't think it's really necessary. I'm not sure about Pixie versus Puka first there. Certainly given the Sun's Gift, you would have rather played Pixie first, but maybe even that's not worth a trash. I'm not sure. Like, certainly I don't think
I think a bunch of the boons you want more cards in hand. I mean, like Sky's Gift, Flame.
That was the worst pixie trash.
He elected to pop there?
Yeah,
That seems
that's the failure of deck tracking there. If you know those are your 3 cards, there's no way you'd pop that pixie.
yeah.
Um, yeah,
Buys a plunder.
it's fine. The classic plunder cursed village deck.
If plunder was Coven, then that actually works out really well.
That order was bad, right? You're just like courtier and then play cursed village, would draw a card, and then you can play the encampment, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, get your hand size
That's
down
alright.
before...
He draws deck regardless, so whatever. I guess if he wants to gain play gold. No, he can't do that because he has too many cards.
Yeah. But still probably wants to gain the gold for Monastery.
Um. Well, I mean, I think you're always taking the buy here. I'm pretty sure you want the plus buy. I don't know if you want the queens or not. But gold's extra trash from the monastery would definitely be good. Alright, he does elect to take the gold.
More plunder.
Pixie versus... I think I might want Cave there instead as Alibi. I think being able to discard cards for Cursed Village is fairly relevant right now for him.
Mm-hmm.
More so than the Pixie Boon might be.
Agreed. It's also going to be hard to get Orchard points off Pixie.
This is true. And so, like, look at this turn for Luciferous. That's how you do it right there. Alibi's looking at that and regretting his pixie purchase right now. I wouldn't mind another cave here. Like the second secret. Well, I guess Lucifer's only has one cursed village, so the caves are less important there. The second courtier definitely makes sense. Alibi can take 3 secret caves right now. I don't know if you want to or not, but you can. Is it time to trash this Puka? Nope, copper. That's probably better.
Elects not to play the Puka.
I think that was fine to play Puka there. You're not going to draw into anything useful. You can trash the copper regardless with Monastery.
Okay, I see it.
Oh, these cursed villages are exciting. They sometimes draw, at least, I guess.
Yeah, if nothing else, they're courtier targets, but you have plenty of dual types for that.
So how much is this? 3, 5, 6, 12, possibly 15 in 3 buys. I mean, you could have 18, but I don't think you want to take curses yet. Alright, I guess you do. Never mind.
Apparently you do.
That could be fine. He's pretty much drawing through here now. Alright, he's going to undo that curse gold.
Okay, so what are we buying here?
Courtier and 2 cursed villages, I think.
Ooh, Plunder gets hit by Locust.
I mean, it hurts a little bit, but it's not that big a deal. There's worse things. I want to hit Orchard points on both Cursed Village and Courtier this turn. Envious is a little rough, actually.
Alright, not a great starting hand.
No, he's gonna have a dud here.
And it's only worse with envy.
2, 4. I mean, he still has 5. I mean, he can still like province if he really wanted to. Probably doesn't want to, but
Okay, was hopefully tracking there and knew that he had plunder down there.
um, I think even if you didn't, you probably still play the encampment. I'm not ready to like end my turn there. I don't think. Although I'm not usually one to care that much about making sure I don't lose my encampments, unless there's like the only draw or something.
Mm-hmm.
That was a weird order, right? I mean, maybe it doesn't matter. I think I probably play Courtier first there, just in case there's a chance you can draw the gold.
Yeah, I think you play courtier there. That way you can draw the gold.
Well, he's not getting gold anyway, so ignore me. Doesn't
Yeah.
irrelevant.
Okay,
Um,
finally gets rid of the monastery.
so he's totally clean and drawing deck. Um, Here I'm looking for, I think the same turn that Lucifer's just had, right? Well, no, not his. Yeah. Wait, no, he needs one more cursed village. No, he doesn't. Never mind. I was looking at orchard points, but that was already enough orchard for cursed village and courtier. But another courtier is also fine. Courtier's a great card here.
Yeah, there's just so many things that can proc it. And it's very useful to have virtual money with Cursed Village.
Yeah, I think the buys are fine too because you can pick up, 3 pixies or like spare pixies on spare buys is, solid.
Great. Yeah, it's just such good value for money.
Yeah. I assume you take that. I don't see any reason not to take the forest boon there. All right, this will be a good draw here for Alibi. All right, he'll get to draw at least one more card. I assume these are all both just me buy coins. I
Yeah.
don't think you want more gold right now.
Yeah, there's no reason you need another gold. You can't draw it.
Well, he was drawing deck though.
Well, actually, you could draw it if you had.
Um, nah. Well, I guess technically you could, right? You can play the puka, but you probably just want to trash the puka here.
Yeah.
I really do think Alibi could use a couple secret caves, pretty strongly.
Yeah, they go great with Cursed Village, and once you start adding some green to your deck, you're going to want to figure out a way to get that out of your hand so that you can just keep drawing on with Cursed Village.
I think like the pixies right now. I prefer secret cave to pixie right now. Like 2 caves, some provinces. I think it's time to green. I think.
Yeah.
Personally, like a couple caves and a couple provinces seems fine.
I like 2 caves, 2 provinces.
I would have liked 3 caves, 2 provinces instead of 2 caves and a pixie, but this is also fine. I guess the pixie is immediately 4 points. Yeah, I don't know. Like, you really want caves in this deck if you're gonna start greening. Like, really, really want some caves. Because your draw is just getting worse and worse, and you gotta get around that somehow.
Yeah, without cave, this deck will stall out really hard once you add some green cards.
Plus, I mean, they'll be worth 4 points if you get 3 of them, which shouldn't be too hard to do at all.
Yeah. Plus, besides just helping with Curse Village drawing, they also give you reliability.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's not in. No, it's four spoon is gone, right? No. We'll get back around to the shuffle the boons pile. So it is technically possible for Alibi to pile out here on their next turn, but pretty unlikely.
Well, we see if, yep, both courtiers being played, and then we're going to see a nice draw. Okay, finds Plunder. But can play another courtier and get another draw of Cursed Village before you dip into the encampment.
Yeah, for sure. Last two cards are one of those is Courtier. The other is Silver, I think. Courtier Silver's not great to have on top, is it?
Not particularly.
I'd be tempted to just play this Puka on this Silver right here. Oh, sorry, not. Wait, what? I thought he had third. Oh no, shoot! It was a Silver Gold Province. I was completely wrong. It was still two stop cards.
Just two different stuff.
Oh no, Alibi has 4 courtiers. Wait, hold on. Okay, never mind. Sorry, I did not realize the split.
Buys a copper, presumably to feed Puka.
I don't like that at all, I would say. I don't think that's worthwhile.
Yeah, you have... I like the cave buy.
Yeah, the cave's definitely good. You could take this as Alibi. That helps your like discard down to like CV Cursed Village, and Cursed Village can draw 6 this turn. I'm okay with this. I would take this boon, I think. I think I would take it. Well, he can just well, hold on. Alibi can just triple though, right? If he draws, yeah, take this boon right here. Just draw and then triple. Seems fine.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming he draws, he might stall out on those green cards.
Yep, no caves.
I would take that for sure. That's an extra card of draw as well.
And I believe they do have 4 pixies in their decks. They can trash one and not lose.
Well, you could also just turn it into a pixie if you're concerned.
Yeah.
But I might turn it into a cave, maybe? No, it takes a pixie. I mean, pixie's also fine. He has 4 courtiers. He still needs to find the forest to pile out, but also provinces exist, so that's probably the easiest line to win here. That was a weird order. Why would you not want to draw with your Cursed... What? Why are we not drawing with Cursed Village?
Yeah, so first didn't play the second courtier, or the third courtier on Cursed Village, and then we're not drawing with Cursed Village either.
Yeah, that was very strange. He missed out on, like, at least 2 cards of draw here, maybe 3. And these provinces are definitely in the way now.
Mm-hmm. This is where you'd really love to see a secret cave.
Yeah, he missed out on several cards of draw, which might be, like,
game losing.
Really, really bad, yeah, because he definitely had the economy to triple province here, if he draws. But he has to draw, I think, his entire deck to get there. Yeah, so he can't triple now, I don't believe. And certainly having an extra 3 cards right now would allow him to triple, so possibly game losing, yeah, you're right.
So what is this, just triple duchy?
You can't touch provinces, right? He can't triple.
Yeah.
Triple duchy sounds like his deck's gonna die next turn though. I mean, triple cave is certainly an option still. It's not.
Oh yeah,
It's not
right. He has no caves.
It's not
Some
super exciting, but
his points.
I think you want a triple cave here actually. It's not great regardless. He can't touch courtiers. He can't touch pixies. He can't touch provinces. I don't think. The only reasonable plays to me look like triple cave or triple duchy, or maybe like some combination of duchies and caves.
The duchy cave.
Two duchies in a cave. It's fine, I guess. It's not super great. He does draw like the really really good turn though here though, Alibby. And Luciferous is in a trouble here unless he finds a. Nope. All right, so Luciferous, this copper is doing exactly what we thought it would, which is nothing, and getting in the way.
Yeah, I don't think you buy the copper there. I think you probably trash the puka.
Yes, I think that's completely reasonable. He's in a province, which is.
Alright, this feels losing.
I'm not sure. Alibby
Alright,
draws like the best possible hand, so.
Yeah, Alibby just has to double now, which is significantly easier than AAA.
I would consider playing this encampment first here, actually, which I know is a little crazy, but.
So you can get a bigger discard with Secret Cave?
Well, you're always discarding through Secret Cave. It's just a question of. Because you might just have to end up discarding the encampment, right?
Yeah.
So, like, if you play the encampment, you get to play some stuff beforehand, and then you still get your 3-card discard, and it still draws the same number of cards, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you don't care about returning it because it's the end of the game. So, yeah, I think encampment first there was actually the correct order, which is generally not what you do before you play a Cursed Village, but there you are.
Yeah. Also does not discard with Cave, so...
That's really awkward to not discard with Cave.
Will not be able to draw with Cursed Village if he finds more of them.
Really bad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why would you not... Like, that's the reason you get Cave here is to discard. He might still get there, but he's making this a lot harder than it needs to be. He just needs to find 1 gold, which seems likely still. I don't think Lucifer should...
Find a gold or another courtier.
Right, that's enough right there.
Alright.
That was also a bad order. Why would you not play Cursed Village first? I don't know. Like, there was some really weird play order in there from Alibby, but it was still good enough.
Yeah, definitely some mistakes, but, you know, we all make them.
Mm-hmm.
Very easy sitting up here commentating to say, oh, well, why didn't you just see that line? But when you're actually playing, of course, you just get lost in the sauce.
Cavo Sapien. That is a great question. When does
Let's see.
It gets returned at the end of your turn, right? So it does get returned before you score, doesn't it? Hold on. How many cards does... let's just look at Alibby's deck. Alibby's deck has 2 encampments in it. So the encampment was definitely returned, right? The encampment is not currently in Alibby's final deck.
Yeah. The only time I think that's different is if you pull it from the black market, then when it gets set aside, it doesn't have any pile to return to.
Yeah. So
it just stays in limbo forever, but it is technically still in your deck for things like Museum or Fairgrounds.
Yeah. Alright, so if Alibby wins this game, they will advance. The 5-2 here... well, the 2-5 is worse than the 5-2. Well, maybe not. Depends on what you want to open. But I like the idea of... I mean, the 5-2 in general sounds a lot better to me than the 3-4. So, I think Alibby going first combined with the better opening split is going to be a pretty big advantage right off the bat here.
Yep.
There's a lot of good 5 costs, though. I'm not even sure what you do. I'm going to guess Vampire.
My gut instinct usually when there's good 5 costs on the board is that you want to grab Vampire.
If it was the 5-2 split, I would probably take the Den of Sin
Yeah,
open.
that's the
But
other
on the
thing. If
2-5,
you
I
have
think I want Vampire. There's also some choices at the 2 cost, 'cause I think both Monastery and Tracker are a little tempting. But I do, if you're gonna open, I like Vampire Tracker certainly better than like Vampire Monastery, I think.
okay, so Tracker Crossroads from Luciferous.
He opens Tracker. That's fine. Yeah, I guess the Crossroads. I don't know. I'm not sure about the Crossroads open. It's definitely high risk. Um, but against the 5-2, maybe you have to play for it as like player 2, and on the worst split, maybe you have to play for the high roll. Of course, he low rolls here with Crossroads just completely whiffing.
So interesting. Ulysses first 5 is a sculptor.
No, it wasn't. It was a Vampire. We're on.
Oh,
He popped a Sculptor
sorry.
turn 3.
Yeah. After the open.
The Vampire does bottom deck, which is always sad. But what are you gonna do? Take a Blessed Village here, I guess. Seems fine. When's now? Take it now! Take it now! Oh,
take it now. You can get that vamp in play.
Such a good boon. That's a sick boon. Wow.
There we go. Very nice.
What a boon. What a boon. Alright, and looks
Takes
like
a den.
looks like Alibby is exceptionally ahead right now. That was one of the best wins games I've ever seen.
That was some good knight action right there. Like a bunch of interactions all happening in your knight phase.
Mm-hmm. That was one of the best wins gifts. That curse is
Wins gift can often be Wins hex, but
yes, I think that curse from Proud Shrine is really, 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 really bad.
Yeah, it's not like this is a single game board or something where you need those points so badly.
Yeah, no, that it looks like. I mean, he was pretty much lost regardless, but he looks super lost now. What do you take here? I'm tempted to buy another Den as Luciferous, because he has a bat. He has a bat down there, and a vampire. No, wait, hold on. Oh no, he topped it to vampire. Never mind. I guess with the Tracker in play, topping a vampire is fine. I would sculpt. I guess a village is fine. That's a pretty good boon to take now, I think.
Mm-hmm.
He opts to not take that boon, which is also fine, probably. I wouldn't mind. At some point, he needs economy, to be honest. But you can get that with like Tragic Heroes.
I mean,
Tragic Hero and Sculptor.
Tragic Hero, Tragic Hero and Sculptor both are going to gain you treasure.
I would take the Den here, though. Yeah, I think that's correct. That Plague was definitely a little rude. Luciferous can't really thin very well at all. This is looking pretty over at this point. I'm having a hard time
Menagerie, seeing... It's a good card, but don't see it saving Luciferous here.
Mm-hmm. I'll probably take the silver here off this Sculptor.
Yeah, I don't really think you have a
and then buy
choice.
And buy a Den. And then trash. I basically just want to buy a Den every time I don't have a Den in play, as Alibby here.
Okay, Lex for Tragic Hero instead.
I mean, I'd rather get the tempo from Den right now, but Tragic Hero is also fine. Envious might do something. We'll find out. Luciferous, this Crossroads has been really, really bad.
Yeah, I don't think it's hit once.
Do we kill Pouch here? Hmm. I think you do. I don't know. It's really close. I think you don't kill Pouch, actually. Well, I don't know. I think you do kill Pouch, actually. It's really, really close to me. Um,
Yeah, I mean, both lines seem okay.
the plus buy isn't. I mean, you have both Snowy and Tragic Hero for some plus buys, but it's also an awkward kind of plus buy.
Yeah.
That crossroad makes no sense to me. He doesn't really have green cards.
Yeah, and you're not particularly starved for actions.
Yeah, I don't understand the crossroads play.
Alright, get some menagerie activation on the next hand,
Well,
though. That's
maybe
nice.
there's a den in play, so maybe.
Oh, right, there's a den coming in.
He does. Wow,
Still gets it.
that's a very fortunate.
Menagerie finds a way.
It does in fact find a way. I mean, you just play your heroes when you draw them. Like they're there to pop, so go for it.
Yeah.
Like if you want to draw that didn't pop, you take dens and not a tragic hero. Oh, sorry, playing. Yeah, I guess that makes more. That play order makes more sense. I guess taking the village first. Crossroads draws a card. I probably play Tracker. I guess you play Crossroads and then Tracker next. I mean, Tracker before Hero, certainly.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, top deck that, draw it up.
This will be... I would take some combination of Dens and Heroes here, I think. Maybe... I would take a Snowy now, too, I think, actually. So, like...
Could be Den Hero Snowy.
And then you Vampire for, like, another Den Hero or something. I don't think the Blessed Village is particularly relevant at this juncture, but maybe it's fine. No, I like the Snowy a lot better, I think, than the... Oh, come on, stop taking curses. Oh, these are such bad... They're like really, really bad defiled shrine points right now. 5 points is just nothing here. It's not... 5 points is... He took a curse and 5 points instead of, like, a Snowy Village or a Tragic Hero or something. Like... Oh, I don't really like most of those buys, to be honest. I think he has way too many actions right now and not enough draw. And also took a curse for no reason. He's still fine. I think he's still, like, a mile ahead, but I think he underplayed those buys significantly.
Yeah. Luciferous grabbing menageries as fast as they can. Definitely a good card, but I don't think it's going to save them here.
No, I mean, he's going to get at least one activation here, but maybe he just saw Alibby's giant activation and thought, oh...
I could do that.
Yeah. That menagerie there will activate, like, well, not necessarily 100%, but it's likely to activate. He has to play one of these heroes and not draw any uniques. And plays the... Oh, that'll do it. Menagerie pops.
Yay, menagerie. And I cannot believe that people thought that it was roughly equivalent in strength to Wishing Well.
It's a significantly better card for sure. Yeah, the lack of, like, if he just had a couple more hero, like if this curse was a tragic hero, for instance, this turn looks even better than it does currently.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you can take another take a snowy village. I guess maybe Blessed Village is fine too. Oh, Young Witch.
Young Witch, yeah. Seems like a decent time to start cursing your opponent.
The problem though is triggering this shuffle right here. That doesn't look like a great shuffle to trigger to me.
Ooh, yeah, that is quite a lot of good cards that
I
are
would
missing
take
the shuffle.
at least one more den here for sure, because hold on, you can top deck. These have a tracker in play. I guess top deck Border Village Tragic Hero could also work. I would top deck a Tragic Hero then, yeah, that seems fine. It's still not a great shuffle to trigger. But it could be worse.
Yeah, I mean, Tracker makes it significantly better.
I guess the Young Witch also does help with Menagerie activations. But I would much prefer just to draw with heroes and dens. And then just get a bunch of golds and then like end the game on whatever you feel like. That is incredibly friendly.
Yeah.
That is one of the most friendly wars I've ever seen.
Gave
Wow.
him tossed a bunch of junk cards. Wow, this menagerie is gonna activate.
Also trash the junk card. So that was a very, very friendly war.
Oh, looks like we have a resign.
That is a perfectly fine resign. That was definitely over. Well,
Yeah.
congratulations to Alibi for advancing to the round of 8. Um, and I guess that's gonna do it for us.
Yep. Thanks for commentating with me.
You as well.
All right. I will see you around. Maybe in Quarantine Cup. I don't know if I'm gonna play in it this week.
Well, I probably won't, but it is there for anyone who wants to. Of course, by the time you watch this recording, it won't be Quarantine Cup, but there'll be more, so go play them. All right.
Till next time.
Till next time.